Welcome to another deep dive. We're really diving into a fascinating topic today.
Oh,
It's one that's often misunderstood too, artificial intelligence. And instead of getting lost in all those technical terms, we're taking a unique approach.
oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to be dissecting an Amazon listing. It's for a book called Mastering AI for Beginners by LucieArt.
Interesting.
Yeah, think of it as like we're reverse engineering the hype, you know? What better way to understand what AI is all about than by seeing how it's packaged for beginners?
I like it.
Right. Even the title itself, Mastering AI for Beginners, it suggests that this whole complex field is within everyone's grasp.
Right.
But what I find really interesting is how this book promises to break down core concepts like machine learning, neural networks, even natural language processing.
Yeah, it's crucial to start with a really solid understanding of those fundamental building blocks. Like take machine learning, for example. It's all about computers learning from data, recognizing patterns, and then making predictions. Think about how, like, streaming services seem to know exactly what movies you'd enjoy. That's machine learning in action right there.
Okay, yeah, that's a really helpful way to visualize it. So the book description doesn't stop there. It also mentions neural networks. What exactly are those, and how do they differ from machine learning?
So neural networks are a specific type of machine learning, and they're actually inspired by the structure of the human brain. Imagine a network of interconnected nodes. Each one is processing information and then passing it on. These networks are really good at recognizing those complex patterns, like identifying objects in images or even translating languages.
So we've got computers learning from data, and these brain-inspired networks are deciphering patterns. And then there's natural language processing. I have to admit that one always sounds a bit like science fiction to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But natural language processing, or NLP as it's called, it's becoming increasingly prevalent in our daily lives. It's the technology that allows your smartphone to understand your voice commands, for instance. It allows chatbots to have somewhat coherent conversations, and it can even help translate languages in real time.
And this book promises to make all of these complex concepts accessible to beginners. That's quite a claim. Speaking of the author, Lucy Art, her background is fascinating. She's into macrame, life coaching, and yoga, in addition to AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, it's a good reminder that innovation often thrives at the intersection of diverse passions. Her background in, say, life coaching, that could bring a really unique perspective to understanding how AI impacts human behavior after all. These algorithms are increasingly shaping our choices and our interactions.
That's a really interesting point. It's like, who better to consider the human side of AI than someone who studies human behavior and well-being, right?
Exactly.
But getting back to the book's description, it also hints at exploring these broader implications of AI, particularly the potential challenges that come with such a rapidly advancing technology.
Yeah, and that's something we should always be considering. As AI systems become more and more sophisticated, it's crucial that we have open discussions about its responsible development and its deployment. We need to be sure that these technologies are being used ethically and for the benefit of humanity.
It's a lot to unpack, and we're just scratching the surface here, but this book listing has already given us a lot to think about.
It certainly has. And that's the beauty of learning. It can really spark our curiosity in the most unexpected places. It really is remarkable. A simple book listing can open up so many avenues for exploration. It kind of speaks to the power of framing, presenting these complex ideas in a way that's accessible and engaging, right?
Absolutely. They've like distilled the essence of AI into this bite-sized, digestible format. We're not even reading the book, but we're already having this pretty thought-provoking conversation about it.
Yeah, and that's key, isn't it? Sparking that initial curiosity, that desire to delve deeper. Sometimes all it takes is a glimpse, like a taste of something intriguing, to ignite a passion for learning.
It reminds me of those like trailer chapters some authors will include at the end of their books, offering a sneak peek into their next work. It's such a brilliant marketing tactic because it leaves you wanting more.
Precisely. It's about creating that appetite for knowledge,
Mm.
showing that learning can be an adventure. And in a world that's so saturated with information, that sense of adventure, that element of discovery, it's really powerful.
So if this book listing were that trailer chapter, what would you say is the most compelling hook? The one that makes you want to dive into the full AI story?
For me, it's that combination of accessibility and relevance.
Yeah.
This book isn't just for aspiring programmers or tech whizzes. It's for anyone who wants to understand how AI is shaping our world, from the apps we use to the decisions being made all around us.
That's a really important point. AI isn't some distant future concept anymore. It's here. It's now. And it's really influencing our lives in some really profound ways.
Exactly. And the more we understand about AI, the better equipped we are to navigate this whole new landscape, to engage in these informed discussions about its implications, and perhaps even shape its future direction.
It's like they say, knowledge is power. And in the age of AI, that statement has never been truer. But you know what I appreciate about this book, at least from what I'm getting from the listing, is that it doesn't shy away from the potential challenges of AI. It even mentions navigating these ethical considerations, which is something we really can't ignore.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
As these AI systems become more and more sophisticated, it's so crucial to address those ethical dimensions
Of their development, huh?
and deployment. We need to make sure that these technologies are being used responsibly
Yeah.
and that they're truly for the benefit of humanity.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but that's why we're here, right? To take these complex topics and to try to make them accessible to everyone.
Right. Precisely. And this book listing has given us an excellent starting point. Yet it's given us a taste of these core concepts. It's highlighted the relevance of AI in our everyday lives. And it's even hinted at these broader implications that we really need to be thinking about.
And who knows, maybe it sparked an interest in some of our listeners to explore this fascinating field a little bit further. Perhaps they'll even pick up Mastering AI for Beginners and just dive headfirst into the world of algorithms and artificial intelligence.
Now, wouldn't that be something? From a
Yeah.
simple book listing
Yeah.
to a full-blown AI enthusiast, it
Yeah.
just goes to show you never know where that spark of curiosity might lead you.
It's really amazing how much we've covered. Just by looking at this Amazon listing, it really highlights how learning opportunities are everywhere
It really
if
does.
you know where to look right.
Exactly. And, it's a good reminder that we don't always need some formal curriculum to really dive into a new subject.
Mhm.
Sometimes all it takes is a spark of curiosity and a willingness to just explore a little bit.
Speaking of exploring, for our listeners who are now feeling inspired to take their own deep dive into the world of AI, what would you recommend as like a next step?
Well, besides grabbing a copy of Mastering AI for Beginners, of course, I would say think about which of these AI concepts really resonated with you the most. Was it that idea of machines learning from data, or was it those intricate workings of neural networks? Or maybe it was the almost magical capabilities of natural language processing.
It's like choosing your own AI adventure, right?
Exactly. And once you've kind of identified your area of interest,
Mm.
there's this wealth of free resources online, from introductory articles and videos to interactive tutorials and even open source projects.
Hmm.
There are honestly countless ways to go deeper and start experimenting.
So really, there's no excuse not to at least dip our toes into the AI pool. Who knows? We might even discover some hidden passion
Happening.
or a talent for developing these incredible technologies ourselves, right?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Going from curious listener to AI innovator, it really all starts with that single step, and a thirst for knowledge.
Well said. And on that inspiring note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI. We've journeyed from a simple book listing to this broader exploration of machine learning and neural networks, natural language processing, and the always evolving landscape of artificial intelligence. It's been quite a ride. So, for everyone listening, remember that learning is a continuous process. Every new piece of information we acquire expands our understanding of the world around us. So, keep that curiosity alive, embrace those aha moments, and never stop exploring